I think it pretty much explained everything. I don't know why I'm going into another explanation. Never mind. Hey everybody, it's Matt. Wrestling with Whiskey is back. Appreciate you being here. We are going to be getting into the Bardstown Bourbon Company Fusion Series number 3. But before we get into that, if you guys are into the whiskey stuff, you want to hear everything coming that way, go ahead, like, subscribe, click those alert buttons, let them know every time that one of these videos pops up so you know when you can get your bourbon information. But today, we are going to be looking at Bardstown Bourbon Company, number 3. So the Fusion Series Bardstown Bourbon Company has been a release they've been putting out the last about year and a half or so. And this is the first rendition of anything involving their own homemade distillate. So they've had a lot of sourced collaboration projects where they take sourced bourbon, age it in different barrels and in collaboration with different companies. And those have all been outstanding. The initial bourbon that they sourced is great. The finishes that they've done are great. They're long. But the Fusion Series has allowed us to kind of peek into how their own distillate is coming along, which now we're getting closer to that 4-year point, which I don't know. My sources don't know yet. Or maybe they'll release their own straight bourbon. We will see. But for now, we've had the Fusion Series, which mixes some of their younger distillate, both a wheat and rye recipe, with an older sourced Kentucky bourbon. This time around, third time's the charm, nothing has changed. They are sticking with the formula for this one. We have stats. They're sticking with it. It's still 18% of Bardstown Bourbon Company's. Now it's just over 3-year, 68% corn, 20% wheat, and 12% malted barley recipe. So that's their wheated bourbon recipe, or at least one of them. I know they're working on a lot of mash bills. And then most of the distillate in the glass today is Bardstown Bourbon Company's, again, just over 3-year, 60% corn, 36% rye. That is some high rye, I love it. And a 4% malted barley mix. That's 42. Right there is 60% of the blend is all Bardstown Bourbon Company juice. Right just over the 3-year point. And then the remaining 40% is a 13-year Kentucky bourbon, 74% corn, 18% rye, 8% malted barley. The whole 74, 18, and 8. From a little bit of research on the internet, you can find that is most likely from the Barton 1792 distillery. So almost half this blend is probably about 13-year Barton. We know that's generally quality stuff, so it's always a good balance. The last couple of these releases I thought they've been nice. They featured the brightness of the young stuff with the maturity and boldness of the old. Same formula, just everything's a little bit older. So how does it taste? Let's find out. All right, everybody, so here we got, right in our glass, we have our Bardstown Bourbon Company Fusion number 3. You can see the color in there. It's a nice copper, but it's nice. Let's go ahead and give it a whiff. Lots of corn on there, but that spice is coming through. That is a 36% rye mash bill on that 3-year, bourbon recipe that they have in there. And again, that's the biggest chunk of the mixture, 42%. But we're really starting to get some character on these younger notes. You can tell. There's still a little bit of that bite there. Some banana, which could be the Barton for sure. Caramels, almonds, and strong, like vanilla and nougat. Let's try. Ooh. There's some tingly rye spice in there. I love it. Really nice coating of the roof of the mouth. Front working itself all the way to the back of the palate. Yeah, some great grain notes in there. I'm getting like fresh baked bread. Almost like a sweet bread. Like some brown sugars. Definitely the baking spices. You can feel that the younger stuff is maturing. Now this isn't far off from Fusion number 2. I think they're still within that 3 to 4 year range. It hasn't obviously gone over 4, or they would have said stuff. So it's still, it's aged probably maybe 8 or 9 months. We might be close to that 4-year mark, older than the last Fusion blend. So nothing is drastically different. Everything is just, you can tell, it's just incrementally more mature, a little bit more robust. And I believe it's the same MSRP of somewhere around $60. I've seen it anywhere from 50 something to 70 or whatever. And for some of the source, a 13-year bourbon in here is almost half the mixture. That's actually not a bad price, especially from an up-and-coming producer who's not one of the majors yet. Kudos to Bardstown for continuing something, and I cannot wait to see what happens if and when they release, especially these 2 bourbons. I love these mash bills. The 20% wheat, 36 and a 36% rye bourbon mash bill. Ooh, Dada. That sounds fantastic. That starts hitting 4 years, start getting to that in 4 or 5. Ooh, baby. It's going to be good. Take one more. Oh, some marshmallow and sugar coming off that. Just brightness with this undercutting of robust vanilla. Fusion series keeps getting better. It's incremental, but it's there. So if you haven't tried Bardstown Bourbon, try all of them. The 1, 2, and 3, but 3 I think is already obviously the best bang for the buck. If it's all things even, you've got the most matured kind of arrangement going on here right now. So that's it. Once again, guys, thank you so much for being here. When you get a chance, please like and subscribe. Leave comments below. Let me know what you like, what you want to see. And always in between now and then, be wrestling with whiskey. Yeah.